Hey, what's going on guys? BZ Rider with another video. Today's video we'll be swapping out the factory exhaust on the Z for a new aftermarket one. If you're new to the channel, please make sure that you do subscribe as I post weekly content that's related to Zs, bikes, and everything else in between. We'll go ahead and set the camera up on the tripod and we'll get into the unboxing on the new exhaust that I purchased. Okay guys, so I went with the ISR single exit exhaust. It was about $3.99. I ordered it from Enjuku Racing. I decided to go with the ISR exhaust because I wanted something that was resonated. I don't want that super loud, raspy VQ sound. I know some guys like it. I'd rather have a dual exhaust because I feel like it complements the Z better having dual exhaust. Went with this for now and we'll see how it goes. Or we'll go ahead and get the car up in the air, get ready to get started on this install. Okay, I know in my previous videos it's been kind of dark, so I went ahead and purchased this light from Harbor Freight. Seems pretty bright. Just trying to help you guys be able to see my videos and my content a little bit better. But Chris does cars. It's out in Arizona. You can follow him. He's got a sweet EVO and also a STI. I'll go ahead and tag him as well. Make sure that you go check out his content as well. He showed me this light because he was using it when we were working on the EVO. Shout out to him for showing me that. I'll leave a link down in the description where you can get this from. Like I said, it was Harbor Freight, but I'll leave all that information down below. Okay, so we're underneath the car now. I just found out why my exhaust sounded the way it did. I thought that it was the factory exhaust that would sound like that. I actually see that I have a nice size exhaust leak. It's not even connected at all. Like the muffler is just since the muffler's already not connected, we'll probably start there and work our way towards the Ypipe. So to make removal of your exhaust hangers a little bit easier, as well as all the other bolts, I'm going to spray some lubricant in there. I just got some PB Blaster Multi-Max. What I like to do is, I'll show you on this one here. Try to put it in there. Spray all inside of there, just make it a little bit easier to remove. Spray the front side and of course the back side, and then it helps out if you can get the straw like actually inside of there, but this is kind of hard to do holding the camera, so let me put the camera down, but you guys get the idea. So I'll go ahead and go through here, spray some PB Blaster on all of that stuff, all the exhaust hangers as well as the bolts. Get back to you. So now with the PB Blaster sprayed on there, you can just see how much it helps out and that will slide around. We'll go ahead and get started on getting this big, huge, heavy muffler down. Be careful guys, because I heard that this thing is not light. This thing has a little weight to it. Yeah, that was fun getting out. I would recommend while you're taking it out to get you some, some pry bars and try to wedge it in between, like, or behind the tip coming up, and then popping it this way to be able to get these top hangers out. This back one wasn't bad. That was actually pretty easy, but these two are a little difficult. Just make sure that you use some PB Blaster or some type of lubricant to get in there, and then just get you a pry bar and then just keep on prying and it will come out. Okay guys, so in typical exhaust fashion, I've ran into a little bit of an issue. I got the muffler off, but where the mid pipe connects to the Y pipe, those bolts are rusted and stripped out. With that being said, I gotta bring out the big guns. So I'm gonna use a grinder, cut those bolts off of there, free them up. Luckily the new exhaust came with new hardware, so this shouldn't really be a problem. I'll just cut these, get the old ones out, and then get these installed. Bear with me for a moment while I'll do this. Man, that sucked. Okay, so we got the old exhaust out. There's the new. Since I had cut those exhaust studs, now I gotta knock out the old one, and then I can be able to start installing the new exhaust. Here we go, back underneath the car again. Once I get those knocked out, then we'll pick this back up. So after being underneath the car, fighting, finally had to come up with a new plan in order to get those studs out. So what I did was cut little slits on the sides of Ypipe, so that way I could be able to cut the bolt sideways and then be able to beat it out then. I tried using a torch on it, more PP blaster, more hammering, and it was not coming out. So that was kind of like my last resort. So now that that's off, I can finally get ready to bolt everything back up. It wouldn't surprise me if I have a slight exhaust leak just from Ypipe having a few little hammer marks on it. It's okay because later on down the road I do plan on replacing the Ypipe anyway. We'll get ready to get this bolted onto the car. Alright, so right now we have the mid-pipe on, loosely connected up front. Now we'll get ready to bolt on the muffler section. Alright guys, so as you can see, the exhaust is now installed. It is now time for the first start. Alright guys, so as you saw, the exhaust is now on the car. It sounds pretty good. I'm not really too sure of how the stock exhaust sounded, but with this new exhaust on here, it's pretty quiet. It's not super loud. It doesn't sound raspy, and it's pretty quiet. While the car's just sitting there running, you can barely even hear it running. I'll put the camera up on the tripod so that way we can go outside and get a better sound of it. Okay guys, unfortunately I've not been able to go out to record some sound clips of this exhaust on the Z. I apologize, just been really busy here, and I need to push content out. Down the line, I plan on doing like a POV style video of the Z. You guys will be able to hear it that way. With the installation of this exhaust, it wasn't really too difficult with all things said. So I'm going to do like a scale of 1 to 5 on the difficulty of the install, but I'm going to modify it since I had to get the angle grinder out to cut these bolts and things like that. If it wasn't for having to cut, I would say that this install would probably be like a 2.5. Doing with what I had to go through, I would say it was probably about 3.5 due to the fact of me having to cut those bolts down. Far as my take on this exhaust, because I've been driving, or I've been able to have it on the car for probably about 2 weeks now, I'm actually very impressed with the exhaust. It's not overly loud. I think that this has a nice subtle tone. When you're just sitting there idling and the car is already warmed up, you can barely even hear it. But once you start driving, like you can hear the exhaust note. Once you get on it, you definitely will hear it. I plan on putting a different Ypipe on there other than the factory one. ISR actually makes a Ypipe as well for it, so I'll probably end up getting that. I do want it to be a little bit louder than what it is. For those that are looking for a budget-friendly exhaust for your Z, I recommend this exhaust. Hands down, I will recommend it. It didn't break the bank. It had a nice price on it. Don't be afraid to make this purchase. Sounds good. It looks pretty good on the car, and it's actually been growing on me more. So anyway, with that being said, so I'm gonna get ready to wrap this video up here, but I'm just gonna give you guys a heads up now, a little sneak peek into the future. The Z is going to be getting a lot more parts coming in. I actually have a bunch of parts on the way right now. They'll be getting delivered through this week into next week as well. I'll be sure to be making videos and update you guys on that. So if you want to see the epic transformation that's going to be happening of the 350, you got to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell icon and turn on your notifications. That way you'll be able to be updated once I put out a new video. I upload videos every week, Wednesdays at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. I definitely can't wait for these new parts to come in so that way I can get them on and share them with you guys out there too. If you haven't already, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next video.